31-year-old Nestor Luján Flores is now in custody and facing charges for hitting a pedestrian and continuing to drive some 40 miles with the man's body in his car before finally stopping. In his decades of law enforcement, White Settlement Police Chief Christopher Cook says he's never seen a case like this.
Very unfortunate that he did not realize that this was a human being to stop, render aid, call for help.
The call came in as a welfare check at a Jack in the Box in White Settlement around 11:30 Saturday night. The caller said a driver with extensive damage to the roof, hood, and windshield had parked on the property.
What caught her attention was it appeared there was a man in the driver's seat that was slumped over the steering wheel.
Cook says police arrived to find Flores in the driver's seat and quickly determined he was impaired.
And the man reported that he felt like he had hit a deer somewhere in Dallas and drove all this way.
The officer then used a flashlight to look inside the vehicle for remnants of alcoholic beverages, but found a lifeless body instead.
He noticed what appeared to be a human body in the passenger side of the vehicle. And the impact was so severe that it knocked some of the clothing off the victim's body.
A call from the Dallas County Sheriff's Office led investigators to Cockrell Hill and I-30, where detectives found signs of a crash and portions of human remains and clothing. Cook says Flores never called 911 to report he'd been in a collision, as he presumably drove nearly 40 miles to White Settlement.
When you're impaired to this level where you hit a pedestrian on the roadway and you think it's an animal, that's a significant impairment.
The investigation has now been turned over to the Dallas County Sheriff's Office. The driver now faces a long list of criminal charges. The victim's ID has not yet been released. In Dallas, Candace Sweat, NBC 5.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.